There are 5 major energy sources in the world right now: petroleum, natural gas, coal, renewable energy, and nuclear power. Thanks to the U.S. shale and fracking boom, and the fact that it is now cheap, plentiful, and clean, it's natural gas that may be the fuel of the future. Big oil companies are using a technology that turns it into liquefied natural gas, or LNG, a commodity that can be shipped all over the world, reshaping the politics of global energy. So here's the situation. The trickiest problem with natural gas right now is right there in the name. It's a gas. Most gas travels through pipelines. That makes it fairly difficult if the US wants to sell its gas to, say, Korea. But a few things make shipping natural gas possible. First is the process of supercooling natural gas to minus 260 degrees Fahrenheit, converting it to a liquid and reducing its volume by about 600 times. It's like going from a beach ball to a ping pong ball. This makes it possible to transport gas not through pipelines, but on really big ships, which leads us to a fleet of $250 million tankers, some the size of almost 4 American football fields, that can ferry LNG all over the world. The only problem is these ships were too big to fit through the Panama Canal. Until now. The $5 billion Panama Canal expansion project was finally finished in June 2016, allowing for faster shipping of LNG to key markets like Asia. So what does this mean for global energy? Well, a growing number of countries are trading in LNG, with 34 nations importing it by the end of 2014, compared to just 15 in 2005. Now here's the argument. Overall, demand for LNG depends on how fast countries will turn away from coal, the largest source of power generation in the world. One LNG selling point is that it's cleaner, producing about half as much carbon dioxide as coal. Oil companies are pushing into the LNG world to embrace a greener future. Shell's $53 billion acquisition of UK oil and gas producer BG Group, the industry's biggest deal in a decade, made the Dutch giant the world's largest LNG trader. But not everyone's aboard the LNG train. Coal is still cheaper, renewables pollute less, and countries like Japan, the largest importer of LNG in the world, is focused on nuclear power after starting to get its reactors back up and running after shutdowns prompted by the 2011 tsunami. Plus, some U.S. gas utilities are opposed to large-scale exports of LNG, saying that longer term it could raise gas prices for American consumers.